This is Colin. I hope you're having an amazing day. In this video, I will show you how I made $10,212 in 1 week with Crypto IDOs, my complete cryptocurrency IDO strategy that I've been implementing to take my portfolio beyond $100,000 profit. And so far, it's been going really well. Of course, first a little disclaimer, anything in this video is not financial advice. This is just my honest opinion, and fact of the matter is I don't know anything about this industry. I'm just doing what I think is the right thing to do for myself. So if you do not know what an IDO is, it's an initial DEX offering, which we call IDO in short, which refers to the launching of a cryptocurrency on a decentralized exchange, which is the DEX. In an IDO, a blockchain project makes a coin first public debut on a DEX in order to raise funding from retail investors, which is me in this situation, the retail investor. In this situation where a coin basically does the last round of funding, they've already done some private funding before that, and before they list on a DEX like PancakeSwap, SushiSwap, Uniswap, any of these platforms, which are the most famous DEXs, they do one more small round in which you can invest, and usually the returns are quite good as far as I've seen. So I'm on CoinMarketcap right now. So if you're not familiar with this, obviously it tracks all the cryptocurrencies, and it also has an ICO calendar, which is an initial coin offering, right? So we're looking for IDOs, and as you can see, there are many. However, there are obviously numerous amounts of problems that you need to be aware of, which I will show you in this video. So I will tell you my strategy, how I believe I can make money with this. You can let me know in the comments down below if you think this is a good idea. So if the IDOs are the best way to make money right now, or if you have a secret strategy on your own that you're willing to share with me, I would love to hear it, whether it's NFTs or anything else. You have any cool projects, let me know in the comments down below and I'll check it out. So the IDOs, right? You basically have different platforms, which are called launch pads. These launch pads are platforms that launch these projects. So in order to participate in an IDO, you need to see which launch pad they're going to use. So for example, if I go to the Good Games Guild IDO, which has here, they're going to use the Ignition paid network platform. So if you click here, it will take you to Ignition, right? And it shows you all the IDO information. So before we dive into how that actually works, what you can do is you can go to CoinMarketcap, go to categories, and then scroll down all the way until you find launch pads, which is on number 32. So these are all the launch pads available that do IDO projects, for example, which you can see it is quite the list. Each of these have their own requirements on how and why you can participate. I will give you a couple of examples. I will start with Seedify. So I am a quite decent holder on Seedify, and they have quite some projects. So enter the gateway of the blockchain gaming. So all they do is gaming IDOs. I participated in the Gaia Everworld, and I did about, that was yesterday, the release. So I think it was 2 days ago, the sale. It went about 15x so far, so really good ROI. In 1 day, I'm participating in the Good Games Guild, and then you have Scotty Beam coming up, Tryhards, and Spin Top. If you click this, you see that this functions on the Binance Smart Chain. You need to commit BUSD. It starts in 1 day. 1 BUSD is 3.33 Good Games Guild tokens. So basically it's about 33 cents each. And then they have some additional information which usually be filled up about 1 or 2 hours before the project actually starts, which is in about 24.5 hours. There's always some information here. Now the question is, how do you participate? Each of these launchpads has their own requirements. For Seedify, it is that you need to stake a specific amount of coins with that platform. This is the most common used strategies by launchpads. Why? Because they have their own coin with their own value. right? And they need liquidity. That's basically what they want. If you stake the coins with them, it means you can't sell them, and they will give you some initial return on these coins as well, in the form of annual interest APR, right? APR, APY. The APY is with compounding, and the APR is without compounding. So I have about 1,011 S fund, which is about $8,000, right? $8,000 staked into the platform right now. If you stake it for 7 days, you get 5% interest. 14 days, 11% interest, and that's annual interest, right? 30 days, 25%, and 60 days, 55%. So quite decent. I did mine for 7 days for 5% yield. When I would go to the Medium, that's usually what they use, you can type in the launchpad name and then type tiers. So if you type seedify.fund tiers, it gives you the update tier system, which basically explains to you how it would work in terms of the allocation, right? So the first pool has a 1.2 pool weight and is lottery based. So in this situation, they take all your MetaMask wallet codes and they pick from a lottery, and you might be able to participate and you might not be able to participate. There are some platforms, launchpads, that are lottery only, right? The more coins you have, the more lottery tickets you get. So the odds are higher that you win, but it's all lottery only. There's no guarantees. Then there are platforms with lottery on the first tier. So Seedify has 9 tiers. Most platforms have 4 or 3 tiers. Lottery based is usually the first one, and you can see these are all guaranteed, right? But let me give you an example, because it's quite surprising how this works. I'm staking $8,000 in the second pool weight, right? So for the second tier on this image, you need 1,000 S fund. So I'm here. My pool weight is 2. Now, with the Gaia Everworld launch, I was extremely disappointed because it was my first launch. I got in on a unilayer launchpad, which is a different one, and I spent $1,000 there, so that was good. But $8,000 worth of staking in the tier 2 allocation with a pool weight of 2 got me only, I think, $21 in allocation to spend on Gaia Everworld. If you stake 800,000 tokens, which is 100,000 tokens, which is $800,000 at the moment, you got $3,500 allocation, right? And obviously, if a project goes times 20, that is where the real money is made. Now, the question is, how can anybody afford this? Is it only for big players? The answer is yes and no. It is only for big players, from my understanding, if a platform has already matured. If a platform has not matured and the tokens are cheap, you can also afford 100,000 tokens, right? So if you look at Seedify on the chart, it is now almost $8, right? However, this platform has been around for a long time. So here it is $800,000 you're staking, but at the point, if you purchase it in July this year, it was only $40,000 that you would be staking with, right, in purchase order, which makes a lot of sense because there are trends in the market, right? So my idea was to look for low market cap or low pricing launchpads that basically offer launches, which then I can get guaranteed allocation but cheaper, right? That's the main thing, because I don't have $800,000 to get the highest allocation. But if these projects go like times 20, times whatever, I want to be able to participate in that and participate to a huge amount of money because I have money available. I just need to get the allocation. And just to show you guys what kind of returns this strategy might get you, and of course, past results are no indicator for future behavior, but it's good to understand. One acknowledged token, 10 for $1, so 0.1, 10 cents each, right? 10 cents each this launch was not too long ago, I think. I think it was last week, but we can see on this as well. So the launch of the token was 1 day before the thing, so 27th of October. 10 cents each, it's now $2. The all-time high was $4. So times 40, basically, right? That's good money if you invested $3,000. It's not that good money. I mean, it's still good money if you invested $20, but less, of course, less significant, right? When you look at Gaia Everworld, it launched yesterday. The tokens were 16 cents, all-time high, $2.35. Right now, 69 cents, still good, still good returns. But I'm expecting a lot more from this project, so I'm not selling this. Actually, I'm holding it for the long term, the Gaia Everworld. So basically, the strategy for me right now is find launchpads, which I already did find, right? I spent about 8 hours a day researching, reading white papers, all that shit. That's obviously why I've been quite successful with the cryptocurrency game so far, because I realize that the knowledge that you have is the power that you have over the market. There's too many people playing with money. They can't afford to lose, but they also do not invest their time to get knowledge. And if you get the knowledge, it's the true power. Yet, one thing I understand very clearly is that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm learning so many new things every single day. It's beyond my imagination. Every single day, I get so much information thrown towards me, and I just try to consume everything to the best of my capabilities. So for example, if you would go to something like, let me see if I know one, right? Let's do Binstarter. Let me see where that one is. It's not even on the list here. It's that small. Binstarter token, 3,000. See, it's $1.66 a token. It's a platform, but it includes a launchpad. So if you go to the launchpad, they have IDO projects coming up. So I'm participating in this one, in Polka, which is the one which is showing next week, 11th of November. And the way they work is they have 4 pools. So you need to stake your tokens. You can stake it at an 80% APY for no time limit. You can stake it at 5 days, 160 APY, 10 days, 320 APY, 900 APY for 30 days. However, you need to have a minimum allocation. So I'm in pool 3, which means that if we go again back to Google, Binstarter tiers, let me see if they have it. So these were the old levels, but I have another project that shows the overview. So I also participated in the Monopolist, which was extremely successful. I got a very small allocation here, but still it went like 25x, so that was really good. It was 3 days ago. So if you stake in pool 1, which is basically this pool, right, for no minimum time, you get a lottery entry. Right? We do not want lottery entry because I want guaranteed placing. So for pool 2, you need 2,000 BSR. 1 BSR right now is $1.66, right? So about 3,000 US dollars. 4,000 is what I have, 4,000 BSR, and I'm going to increase my hold to 16,000, but this is about $5,000, $6,000 ish. And this one is about $21,000, I think, something like this, 22. I'm here right now. I'm going to increase my holdings to this one. So basically, I have the strongest weight. Again, this platform uses a weight ratio. So the pool 4 gets the highest allocation in terms of spend on the IDO, and pool 1 gets the least amount. Right? That makes sense. So the more you commit to their platform, to their project, the more you get in return. However, obviously the token price varies a lot across 30 days. So you need to lock it for 30 days. And that's basically another realization. If you want to make real big money with IDOs and cryptocurrency IDO projects, you need to have big money, right? Money makes money. What I realized is that my $100,000 right now, or 110 already, is not sufficient. right? I need more money, and I'm not going to put in any money because I'm working with 100% profit right now, right? So I'm not losing any of my own money here. And that's the way I want to keep things. However, of course, the FOMO, the fear of missing out, you always have to do your own research. It takes time. The market is moving fast. And in a bull market, I think a lot of these projects make money. However, you also have to take into consideration that 2-3 months from now, maybe even a week from now, we don't know, right? I keep saying I don't know that much. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know that much about this market. I'm just documenting what I'm actually doing in this space for you to watch and hopefully learn something as well, maybe get inspired, who knows. You need large amount of money to make money. If you get $20 allocation through a lottery ticket and that turns into $1,000, great, right? That's awesome. I would be very happy for you. But for somebody like me, where I spend a lot of time researching these products, because it's fun, it's like a hobby of mine, right? I do have 2 full companies that I'm managing full time that I own. So that is like my day job. And then in the evening, in the mornings, sometimes I like to play around with this just as a hobby, side hustle, so to say. So, but big money is required to make big money, which I think in most industries that applies. If you would lock it for a month, you cannot use this money. You do get all the allocations, and you see that the price goes up and down, right? Now, for example, Seedify has 4 projects coming up over the next, I think, 2.5 weeks. Binstarter has 4 projects coming up over the next month and a half. So the bigger the fund, the more expensive, the higher. Obviously, the platform is more mature. This has a market cap of 155 million. Binstarter has a market cap of, well, not even a full registered market cap, but like the indication market cap is 142 million fully diluted, but they don't know the supply, right? So let's look at the volume. 8 million traded in the last 24 hours, only 500,000, right? So 16 times smaller. Obviously, if the platform becomes bigger, they have more IDOs. So there's also a website called EcoDrops. Let me see the one with the calendar, Ideo calendar. Yeah, this one. So you have a full list of all IDOs coming up. What you'll notice is that the big networks, the big launchpads, so to say, so anything in like the top launchpad list, if we go back to the launchpads, they all require like 30,000, 60,000 in like guaranteed staking to get at least a good portion. And when I'm talking about making money with this, I want to make like 5-10K preferably per entry, right? That would be my ideal situation. If I make 1,000, I'm already happy, right? If I make less than 1,000, I don't know if it's worth my trouble because I'm working with like large amounts of money and that money needs to work for me. But yeah, so anything like, I think if we look at Polkastarter, which is quite a big one. Okay, see upcoming sales. So they got some projects coming up, right? And then we do Polkastarter tiers. How to participate in the IDO. Okay, find a project. There are 3 ways to be eligible for whitelisting. Hold pools in your wallet for a minimum 7 days. Hold pools liquidity provided tokens from Uniswap or PancakeSwap. Stake pools in the dashboard. This grants access to the whitelist eligibility, locks your tokens for 7 days. Counting from both supported chain Ethereum. Okay. Then what happens is you get pulse power. For every 250 pulse power you collect by staking, right, or providing liquidity, you have 1 entry in the lottery for every whitelist you apply for. Okay, poll tiers, 250 poll power, 1 ticket, and then you get more tickets. So it's always lottery based. There is no guarantee, right? And there's a cooldown period as well. All right. If you look at the Polkastarter, let's see, dashboard. Okay. I think it would be one Polkastarter basically for one pole power, right? Where's the thing? So to basically participate, you need at least 250 tokens, which I assume, I haven't read it fully, but that would be like 250 tokens, right? Which means that it's already $750 just to be able to participate in the lottery. I think that's quite a lot of money just for a lottery ticket. And I like the guaranteed allocation, right? So I would already write this one off, that I'm not going to participate in this type of project. It's just not interesting for me. The other platforms that I am interested in is obviously Seedify I already have. I have Binstarter. If you guys don't know, I'm in the office with Michael here, where I do my recordings, and he came up with his Memepad. So we have quite some stakings in this Memepad. It's only meme coins, right? It's just so high risk. It's just gambling, basically, right? This is not even a strategy. This is just stupid shit that we do because we have a lot of money and we are willing to take the risk. But we have the chat level here, so we hold 69,000 tokens, and then we get 100 allocation instead of 10. This is very cheap, so it's going to cost you like $4,000, which I bought this at like I think 52 cents, so 5.2 cents, and it has been quite low for a very long time, right? So now it's like getting a little bit more traction. But they also pay really good APY. So I've been staking it for one day, $4,000, and I made about $38, which is pretty good, I think, just additional benefit. But there's one project launching tomorrow called Meme Wars that I'm participating in, and I have my guaranteed allocation, right? So my strategy with what you actually want to know, what I do, is basically the Ideo event. What I researched is I took 100 past Ideo events and I looked up all the coins to see which ones are still alive, how much ROI do they make. 8 out of 10 projects makes a lot of money, like times 8, times 10. There are projects that do like minus, right? So they don't make the IDO money, but usually they have no white paper. It's very bad quality. You can already see this from the start. Like meme coins, for example, they're very, very risky because they just basically everybody sells them as soon as the coins get listed the next day, right? The more serious projects, the price is a lot more stable. But of course, these investments are extremely high risk, and therefore research, do your own research. Very important. So let's say the IDO price is 10 cents, right? 10 cents. I have an allocation of $1,000, which means that I get, for my investment, the other way around. For my investment, and I love Excel, right? I do all my calculations in Excel. I get 10,000 tokens. So let me just remove this dollar sign. That was not too smart because now it says $10,000 and not 10,000 tokens. Remove this, 1,000. Why is it still currency? 1,000. How do I remove this? I use Excel all the time, yet I don't know how to remove the currency logo. So not currency, just number. Okay. This one divided by this one. Okay, 10,000 tokens is what we get, right? 10,000. Now it gets listed for, let's say, 0.25. In this scenario, my coins are worth at this point 2,500, right? So I gained 1,500 bucks. My whole strategy is at this point, take out my initial investment. So I need to take out $1,000. So I'm left with $1,500. So what do? I do 1,000 divided by 25. I go on the DEX, so the decentralized exchange where it's listed, whether it's PancakeSwap, Uniswap, SushiSwap, doesn't matter. And I sell 4,000 of my 10,000 tokens, right? So now I invested my money. I sold a portion of the coins I've obtained through the IDO for the amount I have invested, which leaves me with 10,000 minus 4,000 tokens is 6,000 tokens. These 6,000 tokens If I like the project, I'm going to keep, which basically means I got 6,000 tokens for free. Or if I don't like the project, I'm going to sell them off maybe at a later stage if I feel like the price can go up. Otherwise, I just dump them and take my quick profit, right? That's basically my whole strategy. What I've been doing for the last projects is holding most of my projects, which means I sell off my investment. I hold the coins for the long term. One very important thing to note is something we call TGE, token generation event, because you don't always get 100% of the tokens immediately. Some platforms might do this. So out of the last 4 IDOs I participated in, I got 5. I got 2 100% TGE, token generation event. You get the tokens immediately, 100%. But most of the serious projects, to stabilize the price, so not people buy and they dump everything and the whole project crashes, they give you 30% the day before it gets indexed. So it gets indexed maybe at 4 p.m. So that specific day at 10 a.m. they give you the tokens. Sometimes they're a little scammy and they send it to you later after it's already listed. That's fucked up, right? Because then you're late for the initial spike when people buy. But 30% TGE and then 14% per month for 5 months, which means they know already that people are going to dump after an IDO. They want to spread the risk. So sometimes that might be 50% TGE and then 25% for 2 months, or 50% TGE, then 1 month cliff, and then 50% in the 3rd month. These things vary, but the token distribution is extremely important. If it would say 10% at TGE and 10% per month for the next 9 months, I'm not that interested anymore, right? It's too long of a project, unless I love that project, right? I think it's extremely cool. I've done all the research and I'm in it for the long term, then fine, all right? But then it's not a quick flip, and I'm all about the quick flips from now. So usually I look at high front-end TGE to be able to make those flips quickly. And this is basically the whole IDO strategy that I'm following in a nutshell. So whenever I research a project, like for example, the Good Games Guild that I'm participating in tomorrow, the In Poker on Binstarter, on In Poker alone, on Telegram, Discord, Medium, Twitter, keeping up to date with everything. In Poker launches in about a week and a half from now, almost 2 weeks, and I've already spent 5 hours of research on this project, right? So always do your own research, consume enough information. If you're willing to do the effort and understand the dynamics of these projects, the impact on the market, and based on your prior experience, gut feeling, whatever you use, right? And I just use my knowledge as my main tool. Other people use their, like motivation, hype, right? And which I would not recommend. In my personal opinion, the best thing to do is obtain as much knowledge as you can, make a good decision, and only invest money that you are willing to lose, right? Because I know in these YouTube videos, we all show our wins, but it's not always only about wins, because in a bull market, the wins are easy, but it also means that there are also significant losses, right? In projects that didn't make it. I have yet to experience this with IDOs, but once I do, I will let you guys know. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Hit that bell notification so you get notified when I upload new videos. If you have questions about IDOs, questions about my strategy, feel free to drop it down in the comments below. I will take some time to answer all of your questions for you. If you have any interesting IDO projects, NFT drops, anything cryptocurrency related that I should check out, also let me know in the comments below, because obviously by us sharing this information, we can all learn something and hopefully become a little bit better on our journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.